It's election season again. Cheesy jingles, funny dance moves, empty promises, corny taglines, and streets filled with faces of aspiring candidates. Which begs the question, why are they allowed to campaign even the campaign period did not start yet? A long time ago, these politicians were not allowed to promote their candidacy prior to the designated campaign period. This is how the Supreme Court legalized premature campaigning. 2007, Rosalinda wanted to run as mayor in Surigao del Norte, Philippines. Before filing her certificate of candidacy, she led a motorcade promoting her candidacy. Her opponent, Edgar, filed a petition to disqualify her on the ground that the motorcade constituted premature campaigning. He said that it was prohibited under Section 80 of the Omnibus Election Code, which states that it shall be unlawful for any person, whether or not a voter or candidate, or for any party or association of persons, to engage in an election campaign or partisan political activity except during the campaign period. COMELEC found Rosalinda guilty of premature campaigning. Despite the disqualification, she won the election and assumed office. She then appealed to the Supreme Court, which reversed the decision. The Supreme Court said that Rosalinda is not guilty of premature campaigning. It explained that the introduction of the automated election system necessitated earlier filing of certificates of candidacy to allow time for preparation and ballot printing. In other words, the Supreme Court said that these candidates or persons who filed their certificates of candidacy with the COMELEC are only considered candidates for the purpose of ballot printing, which means that they are not yet candidates. So, what if they're not yet candidates? The effect is that the COMELEC has no jurisdiction. Therefore, they have no authority to take away their beautiful campaign materials. So, prior to the campaign period, they can do anything to promote their candidacy. They can even campaign and say, "Vote for me." This is not premature campaigning, but rather this is freedom of expression, a constitutionally guaranteed right. This case stands as a stark example of how legal interpretations can have unintended and far-reaching consequences, sometimes to the detriment of the very principles that they are meant to uphold. Currently, the Supreme Court effectively decriminalized premature campaigning, undermining the level playing field that the law aimed to create. This is one of the many reasons why almost always only wealthy individuals win the elections. They exploit this loophole and gain an unfair advantage over their opponents.